Hello everyone, back to today's third video. We're going to do a CFS 6 month look ahead for today's third video. So, as the name suggests on the tin, we're going to go 6 months ahead with the long range CFS B2 model. This will take us from next month, from July, and we'll go all the way through to December 2019. Now, obviously, this is just for fun. The first couple of months hopefully have a little bit of scientific merit, assuming we can glean anything from the model in the first couple of months. But if we can, then it has a little bit of scientific merit because it's only kind of a couple of months away. So it should be more reliable. But as you go sort of 3, 4, 5, and 6 months out, it's really just to show you what the model is showing this month, but of course it is subject to huge changes. So that's what we're going to do for this video. Now, the weekend forecast has been released, so have a look at that, see what's going on in weekend. We also released the week to 10-day video update. That video is here on the homepage. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll find it above the polling count. Right, so we'll get on with it then. I'm going to start off with the 700 millibar height anomalies for the next 6 months. Then we'll have a look at the corresponding temperature and corresponding precipitation anomalies. So this is the 700 millibar height anomaly for July. And assuming everything is working as it should, then this should be the most reliable part of the whole update. However, we've got a problem because you look at that and, I mean, what useful information can you actually get from that 700 millibar height anomaly? There is nothing really to work with. So it's going for a bit of high pressure in the Caribbean, and it's going for a little bit of high pressure there in the Northern Pacific Ocean, a little bit on the sort of Siberian, Eurasian side, I suppose, of the Arctic. But otherwise, there's nothing, nothing really to go on there. So quite what's happening, I'm not sure. But from a 700 millibar height anomaly perspective, basically, I don't think the CFS V2 has a Scooby-Doo. So we'll move on to August, and this is a 700 millibar height anomaly for August, and obviously this is much more easier to interpret. Excuse me. So, we find we've got an area of above average heights over the top of the UK for August. We also have a little bit of northern blocking going on up here with some high pressure around Greenland and going down in towards Newfoundland. That should be a drier and warmer signal for August. That could be the best month of the summer with some above average heights appearing then. September, we're back to just not really having any particularly useful signal to go on. There's trough of below average heights very weakly across northeastern parts of Scandinavia. But otherwise, again, very little to go on for September. I'm really struggling with this update, as you probably can guess. This is October. Now, this one has some above average heights very weakly to our northeast. So that should be a little bit more of an easterly type signal for October. Maybe a relatively dry signal with easterly winds. We're going to month 5 now, so obviously wind around being just for fun. This is November, when we're setting up a strong westerly zonal pattern. We have a strengthening of the Azores high to our southwest, with low pressure up towards Greenland and Iceland. And the westerlies come through rather like that. So, obviously, November, very Atlantic-driven, potentially quite wet and windy, maybe stormy up in the north. But it's 5 months away, so reliable, of course. Then finally, this is December. So this is how the winter of 2019-2020 gets off in December. We look like that, with some above average heights just out to west of us, or below average heights, I should say, out to west of us and running into the country. The above average heights sinking a little bit down towards, a little bit southwards, displaced, if you like, sinking a little bit down towards the Canary Islands. It still was rather Atlantic-driven and zonal. We're just bringing the jet stream a bit further southwards, I think. We are raising heights a little bit up to the north as well, which is interesting. But obviously, that's 6 months away, so I mean, that's just the first, just a snapshot. It will change many, many times over the next few months before we get to December. Right, back to July with temperature anomalies, and again, there's very little to work with in July. This really is a struggle to get any useful information for July. You'll notice there are splotches of blue and orange. So orange, of course, above average temperature, anomalies blue below average. So we've got a little bit of above average there, a little bit of below average there. A little bit of above average there, a little bit of below average there. I mean, there's just nothing useful within this. So you're just going for average temperatures, average heights. I don't think it's got a signal, actually, for July. Of course, that's quite worrying, because it means if you haven't got much of a signal for July, then everything else after that is up for grabs, really. So I think this is a real struggle this month. I came very, very close to cancelling this, actually, this video, but I thought no, persevere, because I'd already pre-announced it before I'd looked at what these charts were showing. So I had pre-announced this video on Friday. But really, I wish I'd cancelled it, to be honest. This is August. Again, temperature anomalies, very much average, nothing really to work with. You would have thought in August, with above average heights close to the UK, we would probably have gone into something a little bit drier and warmer, maybe. But no, it's just average temperature anomalies. You haven't seen precipitation yet, of course, but very average signal for July and for August. That's September. Again, how are we supposed to get anything useful from that? So September, again, looking quite unforecastable. That's October, a little bit of a stronger signal in October. But of course, if everything is so unreliable before that, then by the time you get through to October, which is kind of like 4 months away anyway, we have to say that this is really up for grabs, and don't at all take this seriously. But it is going for a slightly warmer than average signal in October. That's November. Obviously, in November we're powering up westerlies, so the 700 millibar height anomaly for November is very zonal, with high pressure down here, low pressure up here, and a strong sorry about that, a strong westerly going through like that. So November, yeah, really mild Atlantic on steroids type month. And then that's December, and that looks exceptionally mild as well. CFS probably is defaulting to its normal westerly zonal setup, which of course may be right, but I'd just be rather more cautious than normal. I'd already be very cautious about months 5 and 6, but I'll be even more cautious about it, because month 1 is basically has no signal. This is the precipitation anomaly for July. Now, this is a little bit of a stronger signal that we've got here. So, it is going for a rather dry month across central parts of Europe. So, presumably, it wasn't particularly evident from the 700 millibar height anomaly, but presumably it must be seeing some sort of area of high pressure to be sitting around Germany sort of area in July. It looks like it's got some low pressure up here, because it's a bit wetter than average, also wetter than average across Iceland and a little bit to the north of Scotland. So presumably the jet stream's coming through rather like that. So a bit of a westerly signal, perhaps, if we drill down to a precipitation. But again, temperature and 700 millibar heights are so weak for July that I'll be very, very careful about forecasting anything really from for July from the CFS. This is August, and it's just tying a little bit more with what you'd expect from a 700 millibar height. It's going for above average heights to be in this sort of area. You would expect a relatively warm and dry month in August. The warm side of it wasn't apparent in the temperature anomaly, but from the precipitation side, it does look like it's dry and average month. So August could be the best month of the summer, which would tie in with the Gazworth's summer forecast, of course. That's July, also looking rather dry. So maybe we're shaping up some sort of area of high pressure, although, again, it wasn't evident in the 700 millibar height anomaly, but maybe we're shaping up some sort of area of high pressure to be about around there and bringing in sort of easterly winds. So maybe a pair of warmer, drier months for August and September, possibly. And then maybe also for October, because this is the precipitation anomaly for October, also looking rather dry. There's high pressure up over Scandinavia, of course, during October, which looks like it's extending in those easterly winds. And then we go through to November, looking wetter than average. Obviously, we've got the high pressure down across Spain and Portugal and back into the Azores. Lots of low pressure is up here in November. And yes, we bring those westerlies in from off the Atlantic jet stream. So it's a bit wetter than average. And even wetter as we get through to December. This is 6 months away, but it is a strongly wet sort of signal, not just for the UK, but through most parts of Europe. But again, with July being so weak, I'd question anything that happens after that. So I think we'll wrap it up there and just say this is a very strange update from the CFS V2 this month. July is looking really weak with its signal, and so anything beyond that I think carries up an even bigger health warning than normal, and we know that the CFS carries a big health warning anyway. Remember, it's all just for fun. We're meant to sit here and have a laugh at this. So we do have a few people in the comments asking why I do this. And on nights like this, I sometimes ask myself that as well, to be honest. But the reason I do it is because it's one of the most longest standing videos at Gasworthies. We've been doing this all the way back to the old original YouTube channel. And, it's kind of like a comfy pair of slippers or a comfy chair. It's one of the original videos, really. And we're meant to have a laugh at it. And it's sort of meant in that vein, really. And for the people that don't enjoy this, well, obviously, thumbs down. And you don't have to watch it. For those that do, there we go. That's what CFS 6 Month Look-Ahead was showing for July. For June, what am I talking about? That's what it was showing. It's been a very long day. Sorry about this. That's what it was showing for June 2019. That's it. Right, tomorrow we're going to have Galsworthy's Sunday Roundup. There's another update for Glasgow as well tomorrow. And I think we'll be doing some autumn analogues as well. But that's all for now. And thanks for watching.